I got to ask a couple questions about the fitness side of things. Like I said, my girlfriend is all things fitness. You are, I mean, when I first Googled you, the first thing came up was a golf.com article you did. Where did the importance of all this fitness and nutrition come into your golf game?
Yeah, so I got hurt in college. I'm trying to think. It was my second or third year, and I kind of just had some lower back pain. At first, it started a little bit with driver, and then it kind of started to creep into my 3 wood, and then kind of my irons. I'm like, what's going on? And so I
Mm.
went in for an MRI, and I actually had a pars fracture, which is kind of like a stress fracture in my L5. So I didn't play an entire spring.
Oh, wow.
Let's say it was maybe my third year. Kind of got the MRI late December, and then took the entire spring off because pretty much just did rehab. And from there on, I was like, I'm never getting hurt again. And that evolved into the fitness part of it, the nutrition part of it. I mean, I've always been a pretty skinny kid. I mean, I got to college, I was eating Chick-fil-A, 20, I mean, and I mean, I never could put on a pound of weight, but I don't know. I mean, there was probably inflammation and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And then when Morgan graduated or when he left to turn pro, he was working with his guy in New York. And I remember we were talking one day, and there was like this list of pretty much the way to eat. I mean, it was no dairy, no gluten, no sugar, only sugar coming from like organic fruits and stuff like that. And I looked at him like, what about this? He goes, no. What about this? No. And I'm like, okay. And since that day, I mean, it has been that. And yeah, so I give everything to him. I mean, he's definitely the one that kind of flipped that switch.
Do you feel like you have more like mental energy as well late in the round?
Yeah, a ton. I mean, I feel amazing from the minute I wake up, and I sleep like a baby. I
Mm.
don't feel like I'm tired. I feel like I recover from my workouts. I mean, today we played 18 holes. It was blowing 30, and I pushed my staff bag because we've had 6 inches of rain through the mud. Like, it was tough. Like, I feel like right now, I feel like I could go work out. Like, my energy is amazing. I don't,
Nice.
yeah, I don't feel like I ever need a nap and stuff like that. And I do blood work 2 times a year, every 6 months,
Hmm.
and it continues to get better every marker. So it's kind of like my own little personal study of, I call it traditional, like medicine, if you want to call it
Hmm.
food and all that stuff,
Totally.
rather than taking a pill to lower your, your blood pressure.
Yep.
Uh, yeah, I mean, the proof's in the pudding for me.
100%. Do you have any go-to? Because I was kind of joking when I was before we record. You said that you pretty much just meal prep and then you just bring that on the golf course. So do you get some good looks from competitors out there when you're housing a steak and rice or in the middle of the round, or what's that?
Oh yeah, I mean, people are looking at me like, "What is this guy doing?" But no, it's just easy, and just make enough kind of that night and put it in a Tupperware and just take it on the course. I mean, I don't think it ever gets too hot to have to worry about it going bad.
Yeah.
Eating it pretty quick, so it goes down pretty well.
Love the commitment out there. I mean, it's whatever you can get, right? Physical or mental edge, and clearly you are leaving no stone unturned. I absolutely respect that. Do you feel like more players are getting on that health and fitness? Not all of us can be John Daly out there smoking cigs and drinking Diet Cokes.
Yeah, I think it's definitely gaining some traction for sure. I mean, there's still plenty of guys that will have a couple cocktails every night and
Mm.
go down the player dining and get pancakes and some toast and beat the brains out of people. Like,
Yep. I guess figure out what works, right?
yeah. So, but no, there's definitely, I mean, there's a ton of physio guys out there every week. There's trainers there every week. I mean, the tour's doing a lot of stuff. I mean, every week we had a recovery center where
Mm.
was 4 cold tubs, saunas. I mean, it's amazing.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, I mean, there was so many perks that I think are coming from it to where a lot of guys are utilizing it.